What you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be taking a look at how we can disable the secure boot on a Windows 8 or Windows 8.1 operating system. Now secure boot is inside the BIOS and we need to access the BIOS. Now there's a couple of ways of going about it and I'm going to show you both of them, okay? One's an easier way, one's a little bit more tricky, okay? Now you can also use this video on how to get into the BIOS, and this is also another way of doing it. There's a few different ways of doing this. I want to show you both. So let's get started. So the first one we're going to look at is on the actual desktop itself. We're going to go to settings here on the chimes bar, come down to where it says change PC settings. Once this is open, we're going to move over to the left hand side here and come down to where it says update and recovery. Click on that and then come down on the left side to recovery, advanced startup, restart now. Now once you restart, this is what you're going to get. You want to hit troubleshoot here and then Uefi firmware settings. This is going to allow you to get into your BIOS, okay, without tapping any F keys. Restart the system and there you are into the BIOS. Now I'll show you the old way of doing things where you used to click on the actual keyboard itself, tap on F2 or F1 or escape, depending on what manufacturer's BIOS you had, okay? So what you need to do here is back at the desktop. This is the other way of doing it. We're going to restart the system, and once we restart the system we're going to be tapping on the keys on our keyboard, which will be F2 in this case for the Fujitsu. Now if you have got another manufacturer's name or make, then you will need to use that, and I will put those in the description. So let's just power this down and restart. Now I'm going to be tapping on F2 here to enter the BIOS, and you just keep tapping on this key on the reboot and up will come the BIOS like so. Now once you're in the BIOS you need to navigate around, and you can use the cursor keys to do this. The cursor keys are these little arrows here. You just use these to move side to side and up and down, and this will give you access to the menu at the top. I'm going to go over to where it says security here. Now yours may be slightly different to this BIOS, but as you can see, if you look at this BIOS here, secure boot configuration, everything is grayed out here. As you can see, you can't make any changes, you can't disable it or anything like that, okay? And the reason for that is because you need to set up a supervisor password, and as you can see they're both saying clear, so we need to enter a password here. Now this is a really stupid way of doing things, because if people forget their password they get locked out of their BIOS. Now as you can see here we need to enter our password, so I'm just going to quickly enter a password here so we can make some changes to our secure boot configuration. Once we've done that, push continue, and now that will give us full control and we can actually disable or enable whatever we want here. So let's move down to the secure boot configuration. Now once in there you will see you'll be able to enable or disable this item now. So we're going to just disable this. Once disabled, you can make other changes, as you can see here. Now on the right hand pane here, as you can see, this will give you the information of what this actually does, so you can use this to navigate around the actual BIOS. Now be very careful when messing around in the BIOS. You don't want to make any changes and then mess up your system, okay? Now we need to save our changes into our BIOS, and we can do that by hitting the F10 key. Tap that once and that should save that to your BIOS. Or you can come to the exit tab and save changes and power off the machine or save changes. Now you can also load set up defaults for your BIOS if you've made changes that you don't like, okay? Now that's basically how you make changes and get into the BIOS on a Fujitsu laptop. You can do this on many other different laptops. So I hope it helps you out. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button guys, or hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the latest videos. So thanks again, thanks for your support, bye for now.